Hi everybody, today we're going to go through the circle question in exam 2019. It's paper 2. And here's the question. Telling us the point minus 2k is on the circle and they want us to find k. Anytime they tell us a point is on the circle or verify that a point is on the circle or is a point on the circle or on a line or on a function, in all cases we have to sub the point into the formula. Okay, so we're subbing. Remember, this is our x and this is our y. Okay, so we're going to sub it in. So minus 2 to be squared plus k minus 3 to be squared equals 65. So that is 16 plus k minus 3 to be squared equals 65. We'll take 16 from both sides. K minus 3 to be squared equals 49. So that means k minus 3 has to be 7, or k minus 3 has to be minus 7, which are the roots of 49. So we rearrange, so k can be 10 or k can be minus 4. These are the two options for k. They're telling us k belongs to z, which is an integer. Our answers are both integers, so we're happy with our results. The second part of the question, they're telling us the circle S is in the first quadrant and it's telling us it's touching the x-axis and the y-axis. Okay, so this is important information for the question. We'll refer to it back again. Then they're telling us the tangent is drawn, so we can see him here. And they're telling us find the equation of S. And we have this equation of the tangent, which is here. Okay, when they tell us that the circle touches the x and y axis, that means that the center of the circle, if you remember, we said that every time we have a tangent, we will draw the perpendicular line from the center to the tangent. So in this case, to the x-axis and to the y-axis. But that means, remember, these perpendicular lines are actually the radiuses. But that means that the center of the circle is also r, because we're going r steps up here, which means that's the y of the point, and we're going r steps to the right of the y-axis of the 0, 0, which means that the x is r also. So that means these points are r. Once we have that, we'll also draw. So this is the main thing you have to know when they tell you that the circle is a tangent to the axis. Once you do that, then you take your radius and you connect the center and you connect the radius to the tangent that's given in the question. Now, we're looking for the radius in this question because we're looking for the equation of the circle. In order to find the equation of the circle, we need to know what is the radius. And we also need to know what is the center. So once we find r, we're basically finished with our question because we will have the center and we will have our radius. So now the question is, how will we find the radius? And when I see this combination here, a tangent and a perpendicular line, it always has to kind of ring a bell in your head. Maybe I need to use the distance of a point from a line, because the distance of a point from a line always has this kind of picture of a perpendicular line to a given equation. Okay, so we have the equation of this tangent. We have our point r, and we know that the distance is r. So we'll be able to create our equation here. We're using the formula from the logbook. I'll just write here the formula in case someone forgot. It's a squared plus b squared on the bottom, and at the top it's ax1 plus by1 plus c. So this is the distance of a point from a line. Our point is r. Our a is 3, so it's 3r minus 4r, because the y is r, plus 6, all over the square root of our a squared and our b squared, which is 3 squared and 4 squared. And this is actually equal to the radius. The distance is the radius. So now we solve. So on the top we have 3r minus 4r is minus r, so 6 minus r, over the square root of 25, which is 5, equals r. Multiply both sides by 5, so 6 minus r equals 5r. Now, when we have the absolute value, we have two options. One, we can square both sides and then solve a quadratic equation. Or option 2, we can just split it. One option is that when we calculate 6 minus r, we actually got 5r. And that's the first case. And the other case is that when we calculate 6 minus r, we got minus 5r inside. And then the absolute value cancelled the minus. So these are the two options we always have, one time plus, one time minus. Now we solve this. So I'm adding on the left-hand side 1. I'm adding r to both sides. So I get 6r equals 6, so r equals 1. Good. This is one option. So I'm going to put it in my formula of the center, the equation. So now I know my center is also 1, 1. So it's x minus 1 to be squared plus y minus 1 to be squared equals 1 squared, which is just 1. Okay, so this is the equation of the circle. Now I have to try the other side. Maybe the other side also gives me a possible value. So I add 5r to both sides, so I get 4r. I take 6 from both sides, equals minus 6, so r equals minus 6 over 4. Of course, this answer cancels because r has to be positive. It's the radius, there's no negative radius. So we know we're left with one answer for this question. Thank you very much. We'll see you next lesson.